My global project plan that I've decided to do is Your School and My School by Kimberly Norwood for ED 308. My website URL and location, um, I choose I chose to use Wikispaces, and then Wikispaces Classroom is a social writing platform for education. It's easy to create a classroom workspace where you and your students can communicate and work on writing projects alone or in teams. Rich assessment tools give you the power to measure student contribution and engagement in real time. In the wiki that we will be creating for this, students will give a brief description of various aspects around their school for their collaborating school to look at and read. Um, Examples like playground equipment, how many minutes they are at recess, how many teachers they have at recess versus how many students are there, and what happens if it rains, where would they go. In the classrooms, maybe tell how many students is in each class, how many computers they have in their classroom, do they have lockers or where do they store their books, do they have like a library in their classroom. Lunchroom, how much is lunch, and breakfast, if breakfast is even served. How many classes are in the lunchroom at one time? That kind of gives them a idea of how big the lunchroom is. Also, like for them to put a lunch and breakfast menu for a week in there, and what are their options as far as drinks. I would also like for them to do a campus um, heading, which is how many different buildings are actually on the campus, what grades your school serves, how many teachers overall at the entire school, and principals, and maybe also list some discipline rules. Various schools may do different things. I have found out in my field experience that even schools that are close to each other are so different. Um, Also, the next one is Skype, which is where they will be doing their questions and answers at the end. And it's an instant messaging app that provides online text messaging and video chat services. Um, they may exchange digital documents such as images, text, and videos. It allows you to communicate over the internet by voice using a microphone, by video using a webcam, and by instant messaging. And then on VoiceThread, that's where they will actually do their introduction in the beginning. I had to do an introduction in VoiceThread and found it very, very neat, being able to watch the other students in the class and listen to the voices and the difference in the dialects that there was. It allows people to have conversations and to make comments using a mix of text, a microphone, a webcam, a telephone, or upload audio file. In the voice thread, I would like for them to give their name, age, and a brief description of what they like, maybe how many brothers and sisters they have, and what they'd like to learn from this activity. Age group and time frame. Age group is basically primary school through high school. This could be as simple as a preschool doing it, and it could get harder as you're going up through high school. So the ages for that is basically 5 through 18 years. The time frame, I think a good time frame is 6 weeks. 2 weeks to get their wikis made and get all their information put in there. And what will happen is the students, not everybody will complete everything. It'll kind of be divided out amongst groups. 2 weeks working on the various technologies, taking the pictures of the things around the school that they want to go in their final video, downloading them, getting them put somewhere to make the video, and then 2 weeks to put the final video together, and then meet in Skype for the questions and answers. Learning legacy, basically they will learn various things from the wiki pages, from their collaborating schools. There's a lot to be learned from introductions. That kind of tells you how students are, the different ways they live, how many brothers and sisters, and things like that. Also, the final video, I think, brings it all together and gives them a very nice visual. And then in the end, questions and answers. Questions and answers could be answered that various students have that maybe was not in the video or that they're just wanting to know. Here are the standards for the project: ISTE 1, Creativity and Innovation, and there was an A and B part on one that's listed in my plan. IST 2, Communication and Collaboration, there is a B and a C part. And ISTE 5, which is Digital Citizenship, and there is also an A, B, and C on that. Prerequisites and skill level, they will need to have active accounts, Skype, Wikispaces, and VoiceThread, which is something the teachers can help them with in the beginning before they ever start the project. And they also need to have knowledge of digital camera use and basic computer skills. That just helps the process become quicker. If you have some that's not very familiar with it, you could always group them with the ones that are more familiar to help them out. Guiding questions, how are our schools alike and how are they different? And also, do we all basically learn the same things? Outcomes are connections, group creations, wiki, video, and live questions and answers. You get to connect with other students using online tools. You get to create a wiki together, put together a video to present to other schools with the pictures of your school, and then you can come face to face to answer questions. This project has a lot to do with teamwork. Since you will be working in a group, it's very important that you can work with other students. In the teamwork, you're going to create the wiki. You're also going to do the introduction of each student, and then Skype doing questions and answers. Not only one person needs to answer every question. Should be various students. Required inputs, you definitely have to do an introduction of yourself. You will have a part in the wiki to complete, and then video components, which is putting the video together, taking the pictures, deciding how you want it to be lined up and presented. Optional inputs is basically students that have more technology background can help guide others on putting everything together. Assessments would be wiki participation, VoiceThread introduction, Skype. Even though you're not required to answer questions, you must be present in the classroom to listen and watch and see what's going on. The creativity of it. And then we have to kind of base that on which age is actually doing the project. Definitely best practices should be used at all times. And then the video participation at the end for the final. An evaluation to me is all about collaboration with your classmates and your collaborating school. Participation. Some students will sit back and just watch everyone else while others jump in and want to participate. It's very important. And engagement. To kind of see exactly how the students engage in the activity, how they like it, would they want to do it again. And that is it for my global project plan.